Hoo-wee, that was wild. That was very wild. I loved all of that. Man, I really need to voice villains more. That was fun. Anyways. Interesting change in... Once again, another change in the game. We're hitting daytime? I didn't think we'd hit daytime. Interesting. Cool. Anyways, where'd you die, buddy? He died here. Okay. This is going back home. Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Okay, well, I guess keep going with the cops. To think we'd go past nighttime. This goes beyond an evening. You said 3. Too many things to think about. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nejima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal in collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tetsuo leaves Erio to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Why does he need a break? You're hard cop, you don't need a break. 9 AM. Finally, daytime. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Surroundings. Can't look behind me. Can't look around me. Forensics has finished up the investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for... Oh, that said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Thanks. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we better start following up on the few leads we got. Guess I better see what Erio's found out. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy. But I'm glad to have him on my side. Gives me a chance to rest up. Okay, Erio, what have you got on me? Things at the stations were pretty hectic, but I managed to find some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. Floor's yours. Hajime Yoshimi, Nejima, curse bearer, serial killings. Total 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we'd found there. He had been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. I always call him a student just because he is student age. But, you know, he's young adult-ish. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? It's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries too? That will be the Whispering Canal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's always weird that we're dealing with 9 mysteries and 7. Ugh. Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal. Does seem like there'd be a link between the canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Erio. You're starting to get the hang of this. So, let's assume they're related. Oh, what's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim had been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. That must be our last unknown woman. Well, we have 2 unknown women. Chairwoman and the photo of her. As for the cause of death, well, yes? The entirety of her body was crushed by some sort of external force. That would be the foot-washing mansion. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on, meaning that would be the foot-washing mansion? Yeah, exactly. Crushing is the foot-washing mansion's modus operandi. And no. The place the body was discovered was also to be related to the Seven Mysteries. And this is Namigaki's doing. I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Yes, I guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the third victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonuichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found at the school courtyard. That was Hairdo, right? Is that Hairdo? Quick. Files. Kohei Jonuichi. Hairdo. It was Hairdo. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Ooh, this one I can't remember. Hang on. Crushed arms, legs. Impact crushed his arms and legs. I'm gonna assume it's the Taiko. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. Teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Komagata has one of the Seven Mysteries. Oh, Taiko. No, it's talking about a place. What happened here? Still want to say it's Taiko. What was ours? Not ours. What was the kids? What was the kids? Kids was... Oh no, hear a sound. Wait, hear a sound, but what? Wait. I forgot that part. Beckoning light. No. Fool's procession. Beckoning light. Fool's procession. By fatal fall. Oh, no, never mind. Fool's procession. There we go. Right, it's where the fool's procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. Can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of the curse. I see. Either way, it seems all three victims could be tied to the Seven Mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that was different either. He also died in mysterious cause in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Huh. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? Oh, don't pull this on me. That's a thought, but... if that were the case, we would be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a single curse stone. There aren't many people of this day and age who could do something like that. So, really? I see. I don't know too much about this stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Okay, talk more. Serial killings, right? Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. Well, we can't rule out there are more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I haven't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stones, it seems that the curse can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news, so basically we're safe during the daytime. Exactly. It's also likely why Najima gave us till dusk. He must have known the curse stones could be used during the day. Either way, we still got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss. Let's do this. curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namigaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We got both their curse stones. And then there's Najima, who claims he has the one-sided read. Yeah, that about sums it up. Files. Haha, joke's on you, I had the full list. Well, actually I don't really know, because timelines. So we know who has Whispering Canal. Well, we kinda know who has Whispering Canal, that'd be Yoko. Beckoning Light was, now I can't remember. I need to pull up my spreadsheet. I won't. Taiko was, I just call her the student. No, I can't call her the student, because 2 students. Then I called the other people the student. This is what I get for organizing things the way I do. We better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Najima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also don't want to look more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Yoshimi. I asked around Sumita's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. Seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Saraishi. Oh yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it was really a suicide. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Oh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found in his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building a ways away from the road. There's no evidence of vehicular collision, so it's ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds would have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. Interesting. So they're splitting it into fiction and reality here. How did the guy die from a heart attack, and how did she die from a fall? And both of them could be summed up in realistic or fictional manners. Well, fictional air quotes, because it's real here. No, there's a chance it wasn't a suicide. Oh, what a terrible way to go. There are no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. It was turning out into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle could have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver was the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, doesn't it seem like enough reason to kill a cop? Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Sadaishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch in the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop on by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll get us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. The same topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information on her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can we have community safety track her down for us? We could ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Ah, because of the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, if that's not something we can do today, we might have to forget about it. Let's move on then. Let's not move on then. I've got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, a 27-year-old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But, I was hoping for the photo to confirm a few things. Oh boy, here it comes, but what? Community Safety has not been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response, dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Found her. Found her, the last person in the photo. Please. The fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi. So that's probably your motive for utilizing your Kurseko. Which would be Taiko. His current whereabouts remain unknown. Would June report that she was the one that was crushed? Because he saw her, but was it reported to him, or did he see it firsthand? Or I guess no, they wouldn't have known. I completely forgot what was mentioned, or how it was mentioned. Most importantly, it's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps. It's fairly commonplace for people to be killed by a lover or spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi was after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. Well, no, as soon as she's found. Although I guess following that line of logic, why would you kill them in two different ways? No, likely not. Well, on my end. Najima, the talk of the town. HQ's mobilized a search unit for Najima. So far, we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or work? About that. Apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives. Gets worse. I checked in with the factory he's working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second, you're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thoughts. I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking in on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Najima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. Heard they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. Najima got to go about unsupervised. So annoyingly good at faking remorse or insanity or whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him just left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That did explain why he's brazenly made contact. He's just mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. It's gonna take way too long. We have only till dusk. We better go, but we gotta talk more. Speaking of Najima, yeah? If you manage to reach your daughter, it's probably best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. It's not good. Does that mean she never came home? Why weren't you the one trying to reach her? You don't have our contact info, right? He really doesn't trust you, huh? So either way, I told her mother there was an emergency and we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. Guess that explains why I got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how did Tajima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry, kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect this has something to do with this curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? You said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. One-sided read. What's that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the Stone mysteries. It could also be someone she knows already. As for Najima's whereabouts, all we could do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Itome Okuda. Or to Michio Sadaishi's house to find out more about her. Ooh, I love this song. This is a good song. It's interesting songs. Well, the songs here. I love how they do it in terms of settings. Or to just lay the scene and setting. Music is so important in, music's plenty important in well, anything to set a scene or to lay out a background. What am I trying to say? To set the scene, to provide a mood, a prior mood. And you know what? Yeah, this game's been great at it. And this song's just good. It just screams just buddy cop. So I've honestly been loving this the most. And this song is definitely part of it. Looking this up, well, I don't want to look it up because reasons. Well, potential spoiler reasons when I look it up. Let's move.